Hello everybody, it is me again. My name is Maddie. I'm also known as Stitch by Stitch Crochet. Kind of. And this is going to be another vlog today. This is going to be a continuation of the vlog that I was doing the other day. It's just me being in my craft room, kind of going through some whips that I have, frogging them if I don't want to continue on them, and finishing them and fixing them and all of this stuff, organizing my yarn, and just trying to get this craft room to be a functional space. I've made like a bunch of videos of me trying to organize this room, so let's make another one. When I finished off the vlog yesterday, I had finished cleaning out my craft cart. Finished cleaning it out. I have like a few scraps and stuff like laying around in here, but it's mostly cleaned out. And I said that I wanted to use this cart for projects that I want to keep working on and work towards finishing, so that I can have all of the whips that I want to frog in the plastic bins that I have all of my whips in right now, and then frog those. Also, something on the agenda is I've had a crochet purse that I've been working on for quite a while. It was supposed to be a commission for a friend of mine at work, but I think I'm just going to give it to her as a gift because I've never made a purse like that before. I'm using t-shirt yarn for it, and I'm just kind of freehanding it. She gave me an inspiration photo, and it's not totally perfect. I mean, it's still like, I'm still doing it to the best of my ability. But I have been working on it for a while, so I just want to give it to her as a gift. She's really nice, and she always helps me out at work, and she's a friend of my husband's friend. I mean, she's my husband's friend's wife, so like we hang out outside of work sometimes. So I just want to do something nice for her, and I can finally get that off my plate because it's not so much like a big deal out in the physical world, but it's a big deal up in my head, just because, you know, I'm thinking about it every single day. Oh, you still need to finish that, you still need to finish that, you still need to finish that, for weeks and weeks and weeks. That's been going on up here, and I just want to get that cleared out. And so after I finish that, I have to go to the store and get some yarn for a commission. One of my goals this year was to shop for yarn less, specifically from Walmart less, and specifically I wanted to try to get as much like secondhand yarn as I could, so from places like my knitting club at the library, or from Facebook Marketplace, or even from eBay. It's just something that's been going on in the back of my mind. I want to start moving towards getting my business to be a little bit more sustainable and environmentally friendly and friendly to the community. Like I said, just like trading yarn. And the project that I've been commissioned for, it's going to be a baby blanket with a cow head and legs on it, so that when you fold it a certain way and hang it over the edge of the crib, it looks like a cow. And I'm going to be doing it in cream and brown, and I don't have any brown. I don't know how, because I don't use brown. That's how. I don't use brown very much. And I don't have it in the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. I need to get some of that. I have plenty of cream yarn, I hope. I mean, I should have plenty of cream yarn for this project. I just need to get some brown, and then I can start on that after I finish that purse up today. I hope. And that, I think, is a good plan for today. I don't think I'm going to be able to squeeze in any more than that. Let's just go ahead and get started. I think the first thing that I'm going to do, should I work on the bag or clear out some of those bins? I'm going to work on the bag. I'm going to work on the bag for, what time is it? It's like 11:30, I think. Yeah, 11:31. I have to go to work at 4. So that gives me about 4 hours before I have to get ready for work. We'll see what I can do in that time. So here's the bag. I'm really hoping that if I like stuff it with some tissue paper and then steam block it, it's gonna help relax the fiber a little bit. Because like I said, this is t-shirt yarn. I've never worked with t-shirt yarn before. And it is kind of like curving quite a bit on the corners. And I've got some metal rings here, and I've got, this is really frustrating, but I've got some ends that are coming loose on here, so I have to go in and re-sew those in. But I've got some metal hooks here for the straps to attach to. And then I've got this rectangle here that I'm going to sew to the outside of the bag and make a pocket. And then I've just got the strap to make and sew in a liner for the bag. See now, because how is it gonna close? I mean, the inspiration photo that she sent me didn't have a zipper on it. I'm just gonna, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna leave it with no closure on it, because I don't know how to sew in a zipper. I don't have any buttons or anything like that. That would look good with this project. So many decisions. This is why this has taken me so long. The pocket is gonna go on like this, and then I think I'm gonna, should I make the strap in the cream color or the pink? I'm starting to question things. I now have the pocket attached to the bag. Oh, do I have an end weaving in here? No. Do I have an end in here? No. Alright, well, here it is. The bag with the pocket done. Now I just have to make the strap and the lining. Don't know how I'm gonna make the strap. Let me look up crochet straps. The thermal crochet stitch. I've heard of that. Shoot, I don't know if I would have enough to do the strap in this color if I did it that way, because let me just test it. Because I've never done that stitch before. Okay, well, I did my little swatch like 5 stitches wide, and I think that's too wide, and I also don't, I mean, how should I do this? Should I just try to do a chain and then slip stitch down it and then slip stitch down it again? Because I've heard that slip stitches don't stretch that much. So that might be good for a strap. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with this, and I'll let you know when I find a good solution for the strap. I might have just had an idea, but here's my idea. I make the strap with the t-shirt yarn, right? Then I find some sewing thread that matches this color, and I take to my sewing machine and I sew down a couple of straight stitches down the length of the strap. A, would that prevent it from stretching so much? And B, would that ruin the look of the strap, the crochet strap? Would it be like very obvious that there's two sewed lines down it? Or would it kind of just blend in with the stitches? Could I hand sew it? Would that fix it? Okay, so after doing a little bit of research on TikTok, I turned the camera on just to sit and contemplate in silence some more. That's great. Actually, if I'm being totally honest, this is not a bad match. I was thinking, okay, let me just walk you through it. I saw a TikTok, I searched in the bar, sewing a straight line on crochet strap. And one of the TikToks that came up was a tip saying that you can basically like sew a strip of fabric to the back of your crochet strap to reinforce the strap so it doesn't stretch. And I was scrolling through the comments and people were talking about it snagging on the yarn, and the person who posted said, no, I haven't really noticed that being a problem, but then I looked and hers is like this kind of yarn, and it occurred to me that the t-shirt yarn, it would snag. I'm pretty darn sure of that. So now I'm considering making a strap with this off-white acrylic red heart yarn, and then could I sew it in the middle, like crochet like a sleeve for the strap in a sense, so that way the fabric wouldn't show, because I don't have any fabric that matches this color and I wouldn't want to use like a bright white because you'd be able to see it. Shoot, I really am at a loss. I really don't know what to do, and I really want to finish this, but I really don't know what to do because getting really frustrated. This is why it has taken me so long. I've said that, I think I've said that a few times, but it's true. This is why it's taken me so long to do this, because like there are so many options and I want to choose the best one, and some things are expensive. Like I think the best option would be to just get like a cream colored leather strap with a metal doohickey on the end and just clip it to the thing, and she'll have like a real sturdy leather strap. That would be the best option, but those are expensive and they take a while to ship here. The next best option would to be, I guess, get like a metal chain strap. I mean, it's not like the inspiration photo that she sent me, but it would be a sturdy strap and it would look professional, the metal chain with the same little clasp on the end. That would be the next best option, but again, those are expensive and, you know, have high shipping costs. And then I don't know what the next best option would be. I guess the next best option would be to go and get some cream colored fabric to make like a little strip of fabric to sew it to the back of this thing. I guess that would be the next best option, because I just really, because like if a person who knows crochet and knows how crochet behaves, if I wear a crochet bag with a crochet strap, I know not to put anything too heavy in that bag. and it's mostly an accessory. I don't want to give somebody a bag like that who's expecting to be able to use it for like everyday things. And for her to be disappointed when the strap inevitably stretches. And I'm just racking my brain trying to think of the best solution. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather. It's almost 2 o'clock, so I've spent a few hours on this, more time than I had anticipated on. Shocker. Bad at time management. Just going to go out, maybe get some lunch, some like fast food lunch, but whatever. And then I'm gonna go to the store and get that brown yarn that I was talking about, and then while I'm in the craft section, I'm going to see if they have any like fat quarters or anything of the sort in cream colored cotton fabric. The thing about that is that if I can't make one solid piece that I need the length of the strap, then I would have to cut it into like little strips and sew them and then iron it, and I don't have an iron. This sucks. Okay, I'm back from the store. I want to show you what I got. Okay, first thing I got is some Red Heart Super Saver yarn in the color Cafe Latte. This is going to be for the cow blanket. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to start it today because I spent a lot more time on the bag than I was expecting to. So I'm going to have to save this probably for tomorrow. But at least I have it now. I have all of the materials that I need to get started on this blanket. I did get a fat quarter of cream colored fabric for the strap on that bag. And I also picked up a cream colored zipper. I'm not for 100% if I'm actually going to use this or not, but I got it just in case. I wanted it because I talked earlier about needing a closure maybe for the bag and not being able to figure out what I wanted to do, so I picked up this. And next I got, how many yards is this? I got 1,200 yards of cream colored thread. Now I could have gotten the smaller spool of thread, but I got the larger one because maybe it would give me motivation to sew more this year. I want to, I'm not saying I want to be like a sewing fiend or anything and like sew my entire wardrobe, but I would like to sew some more stuff this year. I think a good goal by the end of this summer is to sew one wearable item for myself. And it's probably going to be like a pair of shorts or something like that, because I've heard that those are pretty easy and they don't take up a lot of fabric. And that's it. So now with that in mind, so now I have this fabric to reinforce the bag strap. Now the question is, because I have that, do I still want to keep doing the slip stitches this way? Because, I mean, now that I have that fabric, I'm kind of wondering about doing the strap a different way. Maybe just, I don't know. I might try that thermal stitch again, but just with 3 stitches wide instead of 6, and see if that makes any difference. Let me just try that for a second. I'm gonna have to continue this vlog into tomorrow because I am not nearly, it feels like the story of my life where I'm just constantly saying I didn't get as much done today as I thought I was going to. But at least we're making progress. So here's the new swatch of the thermal stitch with the t-shirt yarn, 3 stitches wide. And I like it. It's good. It's thick and it doesn't stretch. But I only have this much left of the cream yarn, and I want the strap to be pretty long. I mean, longer than I just had it before. I didn't think that was long enough. Just because I want her to be able to wear it like a normal bag. And the bag that she has now, it's a little bit longer, and I think the inspiration photo had a longer strap, so I don't want to give her a short one if she's not going to use a short strapped bag. So I don't know if I should just keep going with this, because the thing about this is that if I have enough yarn to make this strap long enough with the thermal stitch only, I might not even need to reinforce it with the cotton fabric. But I might just anyway, just for kicks and gigs. But if I don't have enough yarn to make the strap long enough with a thermal stitch, I could either make it with the pink yarn that I made the main portion of the body bag with, or I could just do like a regular single crochet back and forth strap and then use the cotton fabric on the back. So many options, so many ways to go. Okay, well, I guess just as an experiment, I'm just going to keep crocheting this thermal stitch strap until I run out of this yarn and see if it's long enough. And if it is, that'll be great, and I'll just attach it and see if it's strong enough to do it without the fabric on the back. And if it's not long enough, I'll have to undo it and make a single crochet strap or something of that sort, and I'll have to do the fabric tomorrow. Yeah, I have to get ready for work now. It's 3:15. I have to change into my work uniform and just mentally get ready for work tonight, you know? Most likely, I'm going to continue this vlog into tomorrow, but I am just so happy. I'm just so happy that the sun is out. Like, at the beginning of winter every year, I'm like, seasonal depression, please, like, I can handle it. And then by the end of winter, I'm just like grasping for any ray of sunshine that I can. Just to, it just like, I'm just so thankful that the weather is warming up and it's being sunny. It just puts me in a so much better mood. But anyway, yeah. I have just under 3 minutes to give this update because I'm about out of memory on my camera. So, I opened up the fat quarter. I need to get an iron or borrow an iron from somewhere. So I need to put this on hold because this definitely needs ironed. I cannot continue on this project, and I don't think my steamer is going to get all of these like firmly creased wrinkles out. But thankfully, it is the perfect size this way wise. I mean, I still have this much left to deal with to make the strap. And I'm also going to need an iron for that because of, I said, the seams, because I'm going to have to make a long strip with the cotton fabric. I sewed the pocket on. Ding, ding, ding. And now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since I have to wait for me to get an iron from somewhere and iron this fabric out, I'm going to try to block the bag so that it's not so curvy like I was talking about before. So what I'm going to do is I think what I'm actually going to do, since, I mean, it can't hurt anything, I'm going to stuff it with old projects. Like, I have this basket in front of me full of whips. I think I'm just going to stuff it with that so that it's full, you know, like the right shape. And then I'm going to steam block it. I'm going to Google beforehand if steam blocking t-shirt yarn works or is bad for the yarn. I'm going to Google that beforehand, but if it says it's okay, I'm going to do it. That's my update, and I still have 50 seconds left. Woohoo! Also, I'm working with my softbox light, and I just looked at it and now I can't see. But it's nighttime now, and this is what the lighting looks like with just my softbox light and this light up here. What do you guys think? Do you think that this would be fine if I filmed like a main video this way, if I ever get a chance to film a video at nighttime? now I'm for real almost out of time. So, yeah. It is the next day. It is about 3:30 in the afternoon. I didn't get around to working on this until right now because I spent most of the morning editing a video, and I didn't get around to blocking the bag like I said I was going to last night because I was busy making pozole. It's this Mexican dish, and it takes a long time to make. But it was very good, and it was the first time I had made it, and it turned out really well, and I'm super proud of myself. And I also got an iron today, and it's pink. I got this one. It was $35. I was also looking at just like a cheap $10 one, but the reason that I got this more expensive one is because of a couple of features on this one. It's this one you can vertical steam, and it's anti-drip, and those were not featured on the $10 iron, and I thought that those were two really good features to have. So, now I guess I can officially start I can iron the lining that I was telling you that I was going to do yesterday. Iron the lining so that all of the wrinkles are out, and then take to my sewing machine and sew the zipper on to the lining. I watched a YouTube tutorial by Knit Crow Addict on how to sew in a lining with the zipper to a crochet bag, and it was very interesting. Not interesting. It was a very good tutorial. Like, I learned how to do it. It was a very good tutorial. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up this iron. Iron unboxing. Ah, here's my new iron. Yay! Okay, now I have an iron. That's how much steam it is. Fabric and temperature dial. Oh. Synthetic nylon, polyester, blend, wool, cotton. And I like that it's nice and pointy on the end, so you can get in corners and stuff. Okay! Yay! This is exciting. I now have an iron. I'm going to take this now to the table, and I'm going to put a couple of towels down because I don't have an ironing board, but my husband told me that putting a few towels down and just making sure that it's, you know, thick enough to where it's not going to touch the table, it'll be fine if I don't have an ironing board. I hope it'll be fine. I'm not going to start a fire. Ryan started the fire! Also, I got a zipper. Another zipper. I don't know if I showed you. I think I did. I think I showed you the 7-inch zipper that I got. It wasn't long enough, so I got a 21-inch zipper. Get this, they didn't have anything in between the two sizes. They had 7-inch zipper and a 21-inch zipper, and I was like, I do not need 21 inches, but it's better to have too much than not enough, because I can always sew it and then cut it to the right length. But then I'm gonna have this much left of zipper with no zippy thing. Can I get another zippy top thing so that I don't have to waste this much zipper, or is this just gonna be trash now? I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take this to the table and iron it, and then I'm gonna set up my sewing machine. I'm actually gonna Google to make sure that I can do this before doing it, because I really don't want to burn my towels or my table. Okay, it's saying that yes, I can, but make sure, this is the AI overview, by the way, so this is sure to keep me safe. But make sure the table is heat resistant and the towel is thick enough to protect the surface from the iron's heat and steam. I have 4 layers. I have 2 towels layered over twice. Maybe I should do it another time. I remember my mom teaching me to iron clothes with an iron when I was like 14. that was a long time ago. I don't know if I remember. I mean, I'm sure it's self-explanatory, but I don't want to burn something accidentally. I don't know how to turn it on. Let me go get the instructions. I did it. I figured it out. Okay. I hadn't turned the knob enough to the right setting. Okay, and I know that it says that cotton is the maximum setting with the highest heat, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on medium hotness. Let me pull even closer so you can see the wrinkles. Okay, I think it's hot enough now. Let me test the steamer. I think it turned off because I kept it still on the table for a minute. Hey, anti-drip, it's dripping. Maybe I wasn't doing it right. Okay, hold on. Is that what I'm supposed to do? Am I supposed to steam it while it's on the thing? Is that... Oh. Okay. I think it's done. Okay. So now I have my bag here on the table. I'm going to take my fabric and I'm going to fold it this way. So, like I said before, it's like pretty much perfect this way because I'm supposed to have about a 1/2 inch allowance up here. So I have enough for the allowances on the edge, so I'm just gonna cut this right there. Now I have my piece ready to take to the sewing machine to add the zipper. I'm gonna need like 10 minutes to clean my desk off and get my sewing machine ready to be sat at though. So let me do that. Alright, so I'm sitting here in front of my sewing machine. It's all ready to go. I've got my bobbin threaded up and I've got my sewing machine threaded up and I've got my lining pinned to the zipper here, one side of it, and I just have to sew a straight line down this way. I'm kind of nervous. I don't think I need to be though because I think it's gonna be fine. It's just a couple straight lines. The tension on my sewing machine was good the last time I used it and I haven't changed the settings on it, so I think it's gonna be fine. And if I mess it up, these materials, the zipper and the fat quarter, were like $3 together, I think, so I can always get them again if I mess it up horribly and disgustingly, but I don't think that's gonna happen because it's, I mean, I hope it's gonna be just as easy as it looked in the YouTube video that I watched. So I'm gonna do that. Oh fuck, oh no. Okay, well I can't put that there again. Okay, I have the first line sewn. This lighting is horrible because the sun is starting to go down. It's not perfect, but it is good enough. and the thread pretty well matches the fabric and the zipper, so it's not too obvious anyway. And now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. Alright, so I finished sewing all of what I needed to sew on this liner. I have the zipper on, and it's functional and it works. And I have the sides sewn up so that when I open it, it's an actual pocket. Now what I'm gonna do, I guess, is I have to trim this zipper. And I think I'm gonna do this with, I'm gonna hand sew over the zipper just because I don't want to break my needles. So I'm gonna do that and snip that, and then I'm gonna put the liner inside of the bag. And we're gonna be one step closer to having this done. And I'm super excited about it. I fiddled around with the lining a little bit. It was a little bit too big, so I sewed in I sewed it in a little bit. And now it's in here, and I just have to go around. I don't know if I should block it before I sew the liner in or after. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew the thing on, stuff it with the stuff that I was talking about last night, and then steam it. And then while it's drying, I'm gonna try to finish the strap. So that actually is all of the footage that I have of me finishing that bag. I did take a couple of pictures after I finished it just so I could show you. I posed a little bit with it after I finished it, and I'm just going to explain what I did. I went back and forth with the thermal stitch with that t-shirt yarn. I didn't have enough of it. It wasn't long enough. So then I had to go back to the drawing board. I just decided to make the strap in the thermal stitch with cream colored acrylic yarn like I was talking about before, and then I was kind of going back and forth with, you know, not knowing what length she's going to want her strap. So I waited for a few days trying to look for that little buckle. It's like a little slider buckle, so that if the strap stretches over time or she just wants it a little shorter, she has the ability to adjust it. And I thought that was a really good idea. That solved a lot of the problems that I had been facing. So I'm glad. I mean, it took a while to find those things. I looked for them in town. They didn't have them, so I ended up buying them online and had to wait for them to be shipped. But I did finish it. This is how it looks like in the end. She loved it. Me and my husband and them went on a double date kind of thing the other day, and she was wearing it, and she said that she really liked it, so I'm super happy with that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry for the lack of an outro. You know how it be sometimes. But I have a lot of videos coming up, so make sure that you're subscribed, like this video, and share it with your friends that you think would like my videos as well. And I'll see you later, okay? Bye.